when you talk to certain people, like for example, when I interview Boosie, he has a very hard line when it comes to what he considers snitching. If you cooperate for any reason, that's snitching.
He did that to get out of trouble.
Right.
You know, he did that to get out of trouble, so he a rat. You know, he did that to get out of trouble. You know, he basically did that to get out of trouble. You know, I just feel like he was gonna take that to the grave. You know.
So, if you were facing 25 years.
I don't give a fuck what I'm facing, Vlad. We live by codes, man. I don't give a fuck, man. Niggas be talking about all that rap. Nigga ain't folding, you put yourself in that position, you fucked up. Anybody put themselves in that position, nigga, you fucked up. It's on you now. Whatever go I come at you, it's on you, man. You fucked up. Nigga, you did that. Fuck all this, who did that, who doing this, and all. You did that. Fuck
Okay,
all that.
So telling on someone who's dead, that's still considered snitching in your book.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
You know, he was on death row, ready to take a needle and be on every project, mural and so forth. Other people will look at it and say, well, if someone's snitching against you, you're allowed to snitch, to tell on them back. Some people are going to look at what you did as snitching.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So you would say it's snitching?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's snitching, like, because I believe in a small lie and a big lie. It's still a lie. You tell on one person, you tell on a billion person. You still told. I mean, there's no way around that. But, but even from when I went to prison, I had it easy in prison. Because once you get to these different prisons, and I ain't started at no camp, I started at some really tough spots. You got to show your paperwork. So when I go show my paperwork and it explains about such and such, and they look at it like in prison, that's how they looked at it. When they see it and say, okay, you got a Mexican guy who told on you, and you told on this other Mexican guy, because he didn't want to tell on the Mexican guy, but then you did that so your family wouldn't go to prison. Oh man, but then when you put that in your mind on what will you do, they're looking at it like, man, that's a tough pill. Now you got people who gonna say, oh man, because I had people say this in prison, but you shouldn't have had your family involved in it. But like I told them, my family wasn't involved in it. That's what the feds do. So, you know what I mean? But you got to put yourself in that situation. So you can't say what you're going to do until you get put in that situation.
Well, I mean, but to be fair, you did involve your family. I mean, your mother dropping off money for drug payments, your wife cashing checks that are tied to drugs. I mean, you're smart enough to know that you are actually involving them along the way.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So now you start your prison time and you have 32 years at the start.
Yeah.
Okay. So you start your 32-year prison term, and based on the paperwork that you signed initially, they want you to testify against Johnny.
Yeah.
So then they fly you out to Phoenix, I guess?
Yeah, so like 5 years, so about 5 years later, I end up getting, I'm on the yard, I end up getting called to go back to court. Now I got guys, basically looking at me like, yo, where you going, So I'm explaining to them what's going on. So I end up flying out to Phoenix. And when I get to Phoenix, I'm nervous because, like I said, I never been on a stand before. I never had touched no stand to point nobody out or do any of that. So when I get there, I'm nervous, and the first person I see is Johnny. They got him in one cell, and they got me in one cell. And he looks at me, and he say, I want you to know that I understand your situation. I had my guy, he said, if I had my guy would have hold his weight and not put your family up against me, then you wouldn't be in this situation. And he said, so I want you to know there ain't gonna be no repercussion on my end. So I mean, when he said that, a whole relief just goes like, whew. But I'm like, is he lying? But then he said, but I'm not even going to trial today. I'm like, yeah. So he like, yeah. So he tell me that that he's pleading out. So I'm like, whoa, okay, cool. So I'm like, hold on. Now I'm thinking to myself, same thing you asked me a while ago. I'm like, he pleading out. I know he's gonna get life. Well, how is he pleading out? Why he don't go to trial? With his family involved too? So he said, you know, but he don't tell me, that. So he said he pleading out or whatever. So probably about a couple hours later, they coming to get me and to take me back to the county jail in Phoenix, whatever. So they tell me, so you know, so before we were ready to go, he told me, he was like, man, you know, just, you know, he basically telling me that he's sorry for a pipe, you know. So I'm like, all right, cool. So at the time when I'm leaving, it's like a relief, but at the same time, I'm like, is he lying? So I get back to the compound and talk to my lawyer, and my lawyer basically tell me that the guy Johnny is cooperating. That's why he ended up pleading out, and it wasn't no trial.
Okay. But based on your deal, you did what you told them you were supposed to do, so you actually fulfill your end of the bargain.
Yep, I fulfilled my end of the bargain. So they came and said, okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and give you take your time to 16 years. So my lawyer was like, hold on, why are you taking it to 16 years? And he signed up to do what he's supposed to do. But they looked at it like, well, I didn't touch the stand. I didn't have to testify. So, you know, because it's like in the feds, if you get on the stand and have to testify and all this, they're supposed to, you know, kind of look out for you more. So my lawyer like, well, hold on. He took a chance just to put his, you know, that something could happen to his family, put his life on jeopardy and the whole nine. Y'all need to do more than that. So he ended up filing this paperwork, and 3 months later came back and they took my time to 10 years.
So you went from 32 years to 10 years.
Yep.
That's a hell of a reduction.
Yep.
During this time while you're locked up, are you on the phone at all with Pusha T and Malice?
Yeah. I'm on the phone with I'm on the phone with Pusha a lot. I'm on the phone with Pusha a lot. I'm on the phone with Malice. Malice sending me cards. Yeah, I'm on the phone a whole lot.
Okay. And now, because you're gone and you're the breadwinner of the family, and you have kids as well?
I got 3 daughters.
You have 3 daughters, you have your wife, and I guess every so often your wife hits up Pusha T on holidays and so forth to help out with some money.
Yeah, she hit them, you know, because I got the kind of wife that's like, she's like real independent. So she's not just gonna just keep calling. So, you know, but like your holidays she'll call, and you know, going back to school she'll call, and he'll answer every call, and he'll make sure that whatever she want, he'll get to her. He looked out.
Okay.